Okay, hey guys. I think I think we got kicked out. I don't know what happened, but I think we got kicked out. But here we are. We're back. Let me make sure everything is good to go. Um, let's see. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. I think we got kicked out of the last one. I'm so sorry. Hello. YouTube was telling me that I couldn't stream, so I don't know what's going on. Let me know. Hello, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me. Let's see. And go ahead. Hello, happy Friday. Let me know if you guys can hear me and if it sounds good. Let me know. Happy Friday. Lots going on around here. Hello. Hi. So glad that everyone is here. Awesome. Volume is good. Awesome. Thank you so much. So glad that you guys are here today. Welcome to Friday. Welcome to the weekend. We're going to hang out for just a minute or so and let people pop on. The initial stream, for whatever reason, wouldn't stream. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that today. Can hear me. Awesome. Good. Hello, everyone. So many things going on. I got a few announcements to make today. I'm going to be making a mini album inspired by a project that I saw on Paige Evans' YouTube channel. And if you're familiar with Paige Evans, she designs for American Crafts and for We Are Memory Keepers and for Pink Paisley, and she makes some of the best mini albums out there. And I was inspired to make sort of a summer-themed album using my Felicity Jane Amanda kit that I got this month, and I haven't been able to share it yet because life has been super crazy around here. Things have been super busy. So I thought that I would use this kit. These are all the materials I'm going to use for this little mini album. I'm going to show you how you can make a really simple tag mini album. It's going to be really fun. It's just going to be something that maybe I journal in a little bit, maybe pop some little small photos in there, just something fun. I haven't made a tag mini album in a very long time, or a mini album in general like this. So it's been a while, and I used to make these things like crazy, and I used to sell them back in the day too. So anyway, that's what we're going to do today. Waiting for some more folks to pop right on. Hello. Who do we got here? We've got Carol and Carrie and Barbara, Erica and Julie and Jen. Hello, guys. Welcome. And Brenda's here. Hello. I know a lot of you are going to be hanging out with me this weekend for the Victoria Marie online virtual crops, so that's exciting. We're going to get that jumping off tomorrow. There's going to be some happy hour stuff that's going to be posted to our group. I'm going to share a little bit more information about that here in just a second. If you're popping on, make sure that you say hello in the comment section. I'd like to know that you are here. Hello, how are you guys doing today? I hope Friday is treating you well. We got Michelle and Gloria and Robin. Hello, everybody. So excited for today. I'm actually excited for this project because I haven't made a tag mini in a very long time. So love it. Hi, hello. Jen says, it's been a while for me too, but they're making a trend again. Absolutely. I think that we are starting to see a lot more emphasis on making storytelling and scrapbooking what you want it to be. So if you want to do traditional layouts, great. If you want to do mini albums, awesome. You want to do something different, that's cool too. There are so many ways that we can document our memories and to have fun with product and just to be creative, making gifts for people, that type of thing. Hey Kelly, what's going on? Looking forward to a double dose of me today. Yes. This is going to be a very busy weekend. Super busy weekend. Hey Millie, what's going on? All right, I got 2:03. I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of announcements as people are popping on. Of course, the lives are always recorded and you can catch the replay. It'll be posted to the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. And I also have a playlist for all of the live streams. So if you want to go back and watch some previous live streams, you absolutely can do that. Couple of announcements. This weekend, I'm hosting the Victoria Marie online virtual crop. Registration initially ended on Wednesday. Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. However, I did receive some requests to extend registration, so I've extended it until today at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you want to come and play along with the online virtual crop, what it is essentially a scrapbooking crop that's hosted online. And I'm hosting this first one through a private Facebook group. It's $8. There are challenges all weekend long. I'm doing 2 Facebook Lives within the group, and I'm also hosting a couple of Zoom sessions so we can hang out and chat for about an hour or so. There's going to be prizes and giveaways all weekend long, so you can actually sign up today if you want to play along. The first one is going to be hosted on Facebook, so you will need to have a Facebook account. Future ones will not be hosted on Facebook. I'm looking at another platform so that it'll be more accessible. But this weekend's is going to be hosted on Facebook. Now, all of the details and to register are on the Victoria Marie blog. So if you look in the description of this live stream, you'll see a link to the Victoria Marie blog. When you click on that, the first post you should see is the extended registration post, and it'll have a link. You'll fill out a Google Doc and you'll submit your PayPal registration. And you don't have to have a PayPal account to pay through PayPal. There's an option where you can just pay with your credit card without having a PayPal account. You can pay like as a guest. So don't worry if you don't have a PayPal account. So anywho, it's $8 and you get access to, I think we have 8 or 9 challenges this weekend, plus 2 Facebook Lives, plus a Zoom, plus giveaways and all that good stuff. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. The reason why I'm hosting these crops is because, as we all know, we're in the middle of a pandemic and a lot of us are not attending crops and retreats. I had to reschedule all of my retreats for next year tentatively, and I'm hoping I don't have to reschedule those again, but we'll see. But I know that people are looking for ways to connect and get creative and have fun and relax. And so I'm going to be hosting crops. It's going to be, online. So it's going to be a thing. And registration for this thing has just completely blown up way beyond what anything I've ever expected. So this is going to be the first time that I host something like this online. And I already have ideas for other crops finishing out the year and going into the new year. They're going to be themed and lots of fun challenges and giveaways and stuff like that. It's going to be great. So if you're just hanging with yourself, or you've got some buddies that you want to invite over, or maybe you guys all socially distance and attend the virtual crop, definitely think about that. You have until 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time today. This is the extension of the registration, so if you want to get in on that, make sure that you sign up. The information is on the Victoria Marie blog. And in order to stay informed about all these things, make sure you sign up for my newsletter, because that's where I share a lot of this information. And that link is posted in the description as well. I will be releasing the dates for the rest of the crops. There are going to be 4 more for 2020. And then at the end of 2020, I'll release the calendar dates for the 2021 virtual crop. So that's something you can look forward to. Put on your calendar. It's just $8. Why not? So I hope you guys will join me for that. So that's announcement numero uno. And then the next announcement, I've been talking about the Scrap Smarter experience that's being hosted by Scrap Happy, which is owned by Alice Doll. And so you want to make sure that you check that out. That event is going to be a live event in August, where myself and a few other folks in the creative industry are going to be teaching classes, which is going to be super fun. I'm going to be teaching a layering class for that event. So make sure you go to the Victoria Marie blog to read up more information about that. Subscribe to the newsletter. Right now I think today is the last day for early bird registration, and it's $99. So why not come and hang out with some of the creative instructors, including myself. Stacy Julian's going to be our keynote speaker for this event. It's going to be a lot of fun. So get in on it. Early bird special, I think after today it goes up to like $120 or something like that. But all that information is on the Victoria Marie blog. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter as well, and I'll be sharing that as we get closer to that event going live. You'll get to view our recorded class session, and we're going to be on live, so you can ask us questions and things like that are involved in the class. So I'm so excited to have been invited to teach for this event, and it's going to be great. I love Scrap Happy. I love Alice. It's fantastic. So make sure you guys check that out. All that information is on the Victoria Marie blog. I think that's all the announcements that I have for today. Let me go to the comments. Hello from Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is one of our favorite cities. The Calvin family loves D.C. Bree and I honeymoon in D.C. We absolutely love it. It's a Victoria weekend. Woohoo! Hello from Arizona, another one of my favorite states. Love mini albums. Let me know in the comment section, do you guys like mini albums? Any size. It could be a 6x8. It could be a tag mini that I'm making today. It could be something that you construct yourself, like your own cover and binding and that type of thing. Let me know if you're into that type of thing. Hey, Patricia, got your Starbucks. I know, I need to get my Starbucks today too. That's a really good reminder. Looking forward to it. Britta's going to be attending the virtual crop. Barb's going to be at the virtual crop as well. Hey, Robin, what's going on? And Carrie and Heather's Crafty Life. What's going on, girlfriend? What is going on? Alrighty, so let's dive into this. I'm so excited to make this project. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have been really super busy the past few weeks, and I haven't had time to kind of sit and relax and chill and just make something for the sake of making something that's not associated with a contract project I'm working on or a design team or my own projects. So I'm just, gonna hang out and make a mini album today. Hey, not a mini album girl, usually give them a try. I get that. Let's see, painting this weekend, awesome. Hopefully I can join the next virtual crop. I hope so too, Millie. Hello. Hey, everybody. All right, so let's get started. This is going to be like half unboxing, half me making a mini album, okay? I was going to do an unboxing video for this kit, but I decided since I'm going live on Friday, I might as well go ahead and show you guys the Felicity Jane kit. I have been a long-time Felicity Jane subscriber for a very long time, getting their kits every month. And then I was also on the design team for about a year or so, a couple of years back. And I love the owner. I love her products. And if you're not familiar with Felicity Jane, the style is, I guess one would describe as very soft, maybe feminine. Lots of florals, really nice muted colors. So if that's your jam, then you may like Felicity Jane. I'm going to post the link once the live is over to Felicity Jane. I am an affiliate for them, so I would love for you guys to use my affiliate links. It's completely free for you to use. I just get a small little commission anytime the link is used for purchases. They've also have been a sponsor for the Victoria Marie Scrapbook Retreats for the past few years. In fact, they were my first sponsor whenever I hosted the retreat. So I love the owner. She's absolutely fabulous, and I love this company. Small business, female entrepreneur. I'm down with it. So I am, however, for those of you who've been with me for a while, and you're probably wondering, where's your recorded content, Victoria? There's going to be recorded content coming. I've been doing a lot of live stuff lately. But I thought since we're doing this today, every Friday, I'm going to go ahead and show you the kit. So if you haven't purchased the July kit, usually, a lot of times the kits will sell out. But there may still be some in the shop. So if you're interested in this, you want to go ahead and grab it, and I'll post the link once this is over. So this is the Amanda kit, and all the kits are named. So this one's the Amanda. Look at all these beautiful colors. I mean, just gorgeous. This is a summer themed kit, and it's non-traditional summer colors. So you have a lot of muted colors here, some rose, some nice greens, just gorgeous. She also pops in black and white elements that are fantastic to kind of round out the designs that you make. So here's some of the pattern papers. They have both an A and a B side. And the cool thing about Felicity Jane papers is you can also use the branding strip at the bottom. She will usually have a design there that you can use. So here's a nice floral. Here's one with some lemons. And I guess this is more of a kind of a mustard yellow color. Black and white stripe. Here's a little polka dot, little Swiss dot situation going on with the branding strip. Let me move my little tray out the way. I just love these. Love them. Love this kit. Here's a nice polka dot. And then on the back, you've got the black and white hearts, which is lovely. Very nice and dainty. Love myself a gingham or check pattern. I mean, gorgeous. And you know what's so cool about this is that Felicity Jane kits are designed to work with other kits in the collection. So if you have leftovers from previous kits, you can actually coordinate that with some other Felicity Jane kits and make a whole nother kit. And in fact, I think the design team was doing a challenge or kind of an ongoing series where they were taking items from older kits and making projects with it. So this obviously can be used for summer, but the greens are so nice, it could also be used for holiday too. So there we go. So I love this pattern. And then bows here on the back. Love a nice chunky stripe. This is called Bold Stripe and Plaid. And here's the plaid on the back. Love that. That kind of looks like cheesecloth to me. Very fun. Then a Swiss dot, sort of this mustard yellow color. I like this different color scheme for summer. All of the summer items that I have are like really bright pink and green and yellows and stuff like that. And so it's nice to get a kit that doesn't have that. So I'm excited to put this together. Here's a whole page of tabs. So if you're into tabs like I am, if you guys have been with me for a while, you know I love using tabs on all of my layouts. You can cut all these tabs out and you can have some tabs hanging around that you can use for projects, or you can create a really fun background design using those tabs. And then included with the papers, you get 2 solid double-sided papers, and all, of course, the colors coordinate. Most of the time, the B side's going to be light, or the A side's going to be light, the B side's going to be dark. So here's the lighter colors. This is sort of like a dark periwinkle. It's really pretty. And then here is the dark colors here on the back, a nice rose and a really nice green color. So those are the pattern papers and the solid double-sided for the Felicity Jane Amanda kit. And I'll make sure to post a link to Felicity Jane in the description box once we're done with today's live. Here are the other pattern papers. So this is the A side, and this is the B side. Usually the B sides are going to be black and white, which is a nice foundation when you're putting together your layout. So nice neutral. Okay, so those are the papers, and I'm going to be using a number of these for the mini album that I'm making. So I'm going to go ahead and get that set up there. Alrighty, so they also start including this, looks like a 3x8 piece here that has the month on it. So if you are somebody who does a 6x8 album, you can even cut this down. This would be really cool to put in one of those vertical 3x8 page protectors. If you're doing like a stories by the month, or you're doing a December, or not December daily, but like a Project Life-esque type thing, then you can divide your months using this. So that doesn't go to waste. Alrighty, so let's look at some of the fun embellishments that they have. If you did not know, Felicity Jane includes a stamp set with all of her kits, which increases the value of the kit. I believe the kit's like $34.99, something like that. The stamp set used to be a little bit larger, but she scaled it down over the past 2 years. You still get pretty much the same number of stamps, it's just on a smaller packaging. But the stamps are fantastic, and they coordinate with the kits, and you can use them with your other Felicity Jane stuff, or any other products that you have in your stash, right? So these are all summer themed, all text-based with a little bit of icons, like a geotag and some flowers that you can use. Let's go somewhere, at the pool, summer state of mind, outdoor adventure, bucket list, those types of things. And this is a super, super versatile stamp set. Now I'm going to be honest with you, my family and I didn't go anywhere this summer for obvious reasons. We are way too scared to take the risk while we are currently under this pandemic. But I can go back and I can scrapbook some of the things we have been able to do, or I can go back and scrapbook previous summer adventures, which I have a ton of that to do. So this is going to come in handy whenever I'm working on those other projects. You also get a pack of, typically it's going to be sticker fonts of some sort, and I love them. This is a design that she's had a lot, these little puffy alphas. This one is, they kind of look textured, but they are puffy alpha, very thin, very skinny, perfect for creating titles and whatnot. So you get the letters and you get the numbers with that, so you get that included. By the way, all of the products are exclusive to Felicity Jane, so she doesn't curate items from other designers. It's all designed in-house, okay? She sends you a little thank you card, 3x4 pocket card that you can use. You also get a pack of 3x4 pocket cards. So for those of you who are pocket scrapbookers, or if you just like using pocket cards on your layouts like I do, then you have obviously this option or these products that you can use. So really nice pocket cards. On the back it has this little dotted design. And a lot of the pocket cards are using, or she'll use some of the patterns that are on the 12x12 pattern papers. Some of them have patterns, some of them have text on them. I like this one. Looks like a little notebook page. Great for journaling. If you don't use pocket cards a lot in your scrapbooking, consider using them as a layering element or to journal on your traditional scrapbook pages. That's something that I do a lot of because I don't always do pocket scrapbooking. I'm kind of eclectic. You know, it's whatever strikes my fancy, right? So beautiful pocket cards, all coordinating well, and then you can coordinate with other pocket cards that you get with your Felicity Jane kits. So there's that, and we're going to be using these in our little mini today. Then, of course, you get a pack of die cuts, and I'm just going to hold this up for you guys to sort of see the back of it. There's always a little person that she adds with it. I guess some collections would call it a doll. I don't know, but it's kind of like our little mascot for the collection, and her name is Amanda for this collection. And then there's usually tags, labels, and some other elements that, let me move this over because I don't think you guys can see. I'm off to the side here. I'm going to open this up here in just a second, but I was trying to find an easier way to do that. That is the Amanda Alpha, Millie. But it does look like the Zoe Alpha. It does. Okay, so here are the embellishments. There we go. So you guys can see that. What's included. So there's some little flowers and hearts and ampersand. Just some really common icons that, you know, we typically use in scrapbooking. There's always some type of puffy embellishment. So here's some puffy shapes, hearts, stars, and dots that are great for those little accents that you want to put on your pages or your projects. She's also started to include some chipboard bits, which are super fun. Look at this little bitty station wagon here. That's so adorable. It's lovely. So lots of little chipboard bits here. There's a little cactus, some labels, a camera, happy camper. So all very much in that theme of summer, which is really, really fun. Love that. You get about 16 pieces in this little pack. So really good value. You also get some washi tape, and I love Felicity Jane washi tape. I love washi tape in general. I don't think I've made a washi tape that I hadn't liked. Let me get this open real quick. Of course, you can coordinate your washi tapes with other Felicity Jane products or items in your stash with similar color story. I'm just going to bust this open and show you what that looks like. Really good quality washi. There we go. It's a nice, beautiful floral washi. Yeah, there we are. Really pretty. That will look great on a project, on a card, in your mini, or whatever, wherever you use your washi. Some people like to use it on their planner pages, if you do memory keeping. Zoe was my favorite alpha, too. Yeah. Kathy says she's eclectic, too. Whatever I like for that time and moment. Yes. I like flowers, too. I've started to love flowers again. Oh. Yes, all their kits, Charlene, do work nicely together. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so there's that. And then, in this month's kit, we got some fibers by way of a ribbon. So I might be able to use this in my mini. So there we go. We got some nice ribbon. I'm not quite sure what this material is, but here is the ribbon. And it looks to be maybe about 12 inches, maybe, something like that. A little bit over 12 inches. Yeah. So you got quite a bit of ribbon here that you can use on a project. So there we go. All right, so let's actually make this thing. I'm actually going to also talk you through a tool that I love to use. I'm a huge fan of the We Are Memory Keepers punch boards. I'm a huge fan of tools just in general. I'm going to get these materials out. So I'm going to show you the punch board that I'm going to use. I use quite often, actually, to make this tag mini. Let's get our pocket cards going. Got all my materials here. I'm going to get the other one set up. Not adding any photos to this one just yet. I'm going to go through. We just haven't been doing a lot, so I need to go through my photos and see which ones I want to use for this project. Okay, so 2 tools from We Are Memory Keepers. I've got the We Are Memory Keepers punch board. This is a tag punch board. You guys have probably seen me use this before in other videos. But the idea behind this is that it allows you to create different size tags. Here on this part of the board, you have this little bracket here, which is your guide, along with a little cutting tool that you would place alongside, inside this well, to cut your material. And then you can put it right back here in its holder. Here on this side is where you punch the hole at the top of your tag, okay? Now, on the board itself, it has some pre-printed guides here, and on this side, it's lettered. This side will allow you to determine how narrow or wide you want your tag to be. So some of us like wider tag tops, some of us like more narrow tag tops. For this particular project, I'm going to vary how wide and narrow the tag tops are. Now, it's kind of hard to see the letters here on the board, but it starts with letter A and it goes all the way up to L. Now, on this side, you also have some markings, and these are in inches. I'm not quite sure if you can see it. But based on the size of the width of your tag, you can then position it in between the two measured guides to make sure that your hole of your tag is even, or centered in your tag. So that helps you to do that. I'm trying to get it straight on the camera so you guys can see that. I hope I'm not off camera. So anyway, it has these measurements right here that you can determine how to, where to put the hole at. Now, one of the things I like to do is I usually will take a traditional hole punch, because this design will punch out a small hole, which is fine if you want a small hole. But I like to have a bigger hole, mainly because the other tool I want to show you is the We Are Memory Keepers Enforcer Punch that you can use alongside with this particular machine. Or I had this tool before I had this tool because I like making tags. But what it does is it creates the little enforcers that you put at the top of your tag. Now, the thing about this is that this hole punch here on this device is not as big to accommodate the enforcer. So I use just a traditional hole punch so that the hole is big enough to fit that enforcer, if that makes sense, okay? Do you need any of these tools to make a tag mini album? No. You just trim down your pattern paper, cut the ends or the top parts of your tag, take a hole puncher and punch a hole in the middle, and you're good to go. You don't need these. But if you are like me and you're tool crazy and you like to have all the tools, then I recommend grabbing the We Are Memory Keepers tag punch board and the reinforcer. I recommend getting both. Some of you are like, oh my God, I need to have that in my life. You absolutely do. Some people are asking about the tray. I got this at Target in the Dollar Spot, the Target Dollar Spot. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pick out some pattern papers. Now, when I'm making a mini, I like my minis to be chunky and really embellished. You may want your mini to be, not so embellished, and that's cool. I might use some solid cardstock, but really I'm gunning for the pattern paper. Now, this is a fresh kit, which means I'm about to cut into some paper, which also means, and I know my audience, I know my friends, I know you guys, some of you are going to be like, oh my God, Victoria, you're cutting into the pattern paper. We're going to cut into it. We're going to chop it up. It's going to be great. Let me take off some of these branding strips real quick. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut out strips of pattern paper that are going to vary in size. So some are going to be narrow, some are going to be a little bit chunky, because I want each page of this mini album to be a different size tag. Now, you can choose to make your tags how big or how small you want, or each of the tags could be the same size. That's completely up to you. So I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do a few of them, maybe 3x4. Maybe a little bit longer. Maybe this one's a 3x5. And I'll use this size. Okay. We're just... Oh, Corinne said hello, everybody. This stripe paper, which I am just loving, I'm going to make that a 4. And, whoops, let's make that something like this. Just varying the size, right? Maybe I'll make that a 3. And a 5, maybe. Who knows? It can be whatever you want. It can be the same size. It can be the different size. It's completely up to you. Right? This is your mini. You do what you want to do. Everyone says, hello, Corinne. Christine, I agree. That punch reinforcer is awesome. It is definitely worth the investment. Now, you guys have probably heard me say this before, but I highly, highly, highly recommend investing in good tools that you can use. One of the things I learned early on when I started scrapbooking is that I would buy a lot of impulse buys from like my favorite craft store like Michael's or whatever, a lot of the inexpensive materials. And what I found over the years is that I was spending so much money on buying sort of the, I guess we call the cheap and happy supplies, that I wasn't investing in good quality tools to do the job. So I've decided that over the years I was going to invest in really good tools that I know that I'm going to use. Let's make one a little bit narrow. Getting some variation there. That's going to be really fun. By the way, if you have 6x6 paper pads, or 8.5, or 8x8, or 6x8 paper pads, or something like that, this is a great thing, a great project to use those on. Because how many of us purchase those 6x6 paper pads and we don't use them? Right? Make a mini using those papers. I've cut into every single paper except for the solids. Doesn't matter how many pages you want in your mini. You put as many pages as you want to. It's completely up to you. I've got plenty of pattern paper left over to make a fun project. Maybe we'll make this one 6. Make this one 5. If you are stuck creatively and you're looking for a project, make a mini. Even if you don't keep it yourself, maybe you make one for a friend, right? We're not seeing our friends as often right now. Make a mini album for your friend with some, motivational quotes or some photos of you guys, at a time where you were able to get out and have some fun together, right? Okay, so what I have here are just bits of the pattern paper cut to different sizes. By the way, this project was inspired by Paige Evans, who is just the sweetest person. And she made a mini album using this technique in the We Are Memory Keepers punch board this week. So if you want to go check out her video, make sure that you do. Sadly, I spent, Barb says, a lot of money on cheap tools in the beginning. Yeah, took me some time to learn. Yeah, me too. I only invest in good tools as well. And good tools doesn't necessarily mean that they're break-the-bank tools either, because there's some good tools out there that don't cost a whole lot. Use your coupons, get it on sale. Heather says, Christine, of course we you're young and spry, hysterical. Love using 6x6 paper pads for cards. Absolutely. Cards are a great way to use up your scraps, Kelly. Absolutely. Just going through stuff, putting cheap paper in the donate bag. Yeah, not worth ever buying. I agree. I gave away a lot of my cheap and happy supplies. I donated them to Corinne's school at the time she was going to a private school. Which is great for projects like that when the paper doesn't have to be super high quality, as the kids are going to make projects and throw them out. But yeah, I'd rather have less stuff, but better quality than more stuff and it not be good quality. I learned my lesson over the years. Robin says, I'm a tool junkie. Yay, me too. In the craft room, in the kitchen. Yep, my dad taught me the importance of always having the right tool. Exactly. Lindsay says, I use my 6x6 pads for card bases. Yes, excellent use for that. Save so much on 12x12 papers that way. Absolutely. I love the papers too, AJ. These are fantastic. Okay, so now I have them. I have my paper selection here. And again, they're all different sizes. You can make yours the same size if you want to. I want to add a little bit of variety to mine. So let's go ahead and bust out that tag punch. This is super easy to use, you guys. You can make the tops of your tags the same in terms of how narrow you want your tag edges to be, or you can vary them. So you're going to take your little tab punch, you're going to open up this little bracket piece here, and then what you'll do is you'll just line up your paper according to how narrow you want your tag to be. So if you want to be really narrow, then you're going to go up the guide here that starts with letter A all the way up to letter L. It'll also depend on how wide your paper is. So sometimes I may have to trim my paper down a little bit if it won't fit in the guide. Like this right here may not fit all that well. So I might have to trim that down, and that's okay because this is a smaller device. Okay, so what I'm going to do, there's a piece of this I want to trim up just real quickly. I want to get a precision cut, so I'm going to use my ENT trimmer. What I'm going to do is line this up, and I'm going to set this to an F, so it's not going to be too narrow. And then you're going to close this little top portion, and then you're going to take your little cutter device, and what it does is it has a notch here, and it has a blade. So be careful, particularly if you have small ones or pets in your house. And what you'll do is you're going to take this notch, and you're going to stick it right here in this little well, and it's going to fit right there, okay? You're going to hold your paper in place, and I like to just hold this down just a little bit so it doesn't shift, and then you're just going to run that across your paper, and it's going to cut your paper. Now, one of the things I learned when I was watching Paige's video was she recommended saving these little triangles because what can you use them for? You can use them as photo corners, right? So you can have photo corners for your projects, or you can just turn around and pop them. This is an idea that I just came up with. You can actually reuse them and put them on your tag. So waste not, want not, right? Or you can make some kind of cool design on a card or something like that. So hang on to these little corners. They may come in handy. Now, once you cut it, what you want to do is you're going to flip it and position it right back the letter that you had. So mine was F. And then you're going to come and cut off the other piece, put your little blade back in its little housing, and now you have your tag. Now I think I may have gotten the wrong. Did I get the wrong letter on this one? I can't tell. I hope that was the right letter. So once you get your two sides cut, you're going to come over here to this mechanism of your board, and this is going to punch your hole. So you're going to get this lined up. And there's two lines on either side, so you'll just get it lined up as best as you can to get that center point. And then you're going to punch your hole, okay? I think I didn't get this lined up very well. Let's see. I think it was F. Okay, that looks better. Little tip from me to you, always remember what letter that you're using when you flip your paper. Okay, so that's going to be good enough. So what I'm going to do then is, this step's optional, but as I mentioned earlier, I like the bigger holes for my tags. So I'm just going to use a traditional punch. I only use this so I can make sure I get it centered. And I'm going to come in here and pop a little hole right there so that it's bigger. Now, in a second, I'm going to use my enforcer punch for all the tags. So I'm going to get to that in a second, okay? So that's how this little dill bob works. So I'm going to set them over here to the side. My little triangles that you create cutting off those edges, I'm going to keep these because you can use them for photo corners or you can accent your tags with them. So there we go. So let me come over here and I'm just going to, again, vary the width of, or the angle of the tag. This one I'm going to set to an F again. Again, I'm going to flip it, position it right back. Super easy tool to use, guys. Super easy tool. I'm going to come over here and position it so that my tag is evenly spaced, and I'm just going to use these guides here depending on how large the tag is. Punch a hole. I'm going to use my traditional hole puncher to punch an even bigger hole. You don't have to. It just depends on, what you want to do. Alrighty. Maybe this one I want to be a little bit more narrow, so how about I pop him on an I, or maybe H. Do that. Flip it, put it back on the H. This is going to be super narrow. So now I have an even more narrow tag. And I'm going to get him lined up. There we go. That's just going to add a little bit more interest to my mini. Some of these I'm going to have to trim down just a tiny bit. You can totally do this, right? This is a completely doable project. So if you like doing things like this, or you're looking for an easier way to make tags, I recommend grabbing this tool. I purchased mine at Joann's. Of course, they're available online, scrapbook.com, other retailers. Oops, that didn't come out very well. I didn't put enough pressure on that one. I may not have had it on the right setting either. Boop, boop, boop. Let's try that again. Sometimes I forget what setting I have it on. There we go. There we go. Victoria, get it right. Okay. Ooh. There we are. If I want it to be a little bit more of a wider tag, then I'm going to stick with the bottom letters. So here's one that's wider. Come over here, punch the hole. You can sit in an afternoon and make a whole bunch of tags for various projects, right? Not just mini albums. Let's set this on an F. And flip that. Let's do an F. Love this stripe. You can use your scrap pieces of paper for this too. I usually don't like having a whole bunch of scraps hanging about, so I will do something like this to get them used up. Oop, that might be a little bit too small for me. Let's go to a D. If you have a buddy you want to send some scrappy things to, cut them up a bunch of tags and put it in a little package, right? With some other little embellishments and such. You can start making tags for birthdays and Christmas and holidays, right? Here's another one. Let's get this one up here. How about we do an F for that? You can make yourself a template using your scraps so that you know how narrow or wide the tag will be if you put it on a particular setting. So it's almost like making a swatch, right? There we go. This is going to be cute. I'm going to make this one a teeny bit wide, so let's put that on a D. If you have this device, this punch board, or even if you don't, you know, you certainly don't need this in order to make a tag, but it's nice to have. But if you have something like this and you're inspired to make a project, and you're part of the Victoria Marie Facebook group, or you follow me on Instagram or whatnot, tag me. I would love to see what you're making. I'm going to trim down a couple of these pieces because they're too wide to fit. So I'm going to trim them down just a little bit. Not being too specific about my measurements here. Using my Tonic guillotine trimmer.
I love that thing.
I love it too, sweetie girl. Hello and welcome to people who just joined us. Thank you for joining us. I'm making a whole bunch of tags using my We Are Memory Keepers punch board for tags. So glad that you're joining us today. By the way, if this is your first time or you're just joining us, these lives are recorded and they'll be available in the playlist and also just on my YouTube channel just in general. But I do have a playlist that I have set up for my recorded lives, so you can go back and watch previous lives if you want. How about that?
Fun.
Christine says, I got all the punch boards at Tuesday morning too. Yes, 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 they sell them there as well. Doing a major KonMari, my craft room problem, too much sparks joy. Barb, I'm right there with you. Right there with me. Patricia said, yes, I just realized the irony of what I just said, Patricia. I'm making tags and then tag me, right? Instagram. Hey, Laura from Oklahoma. Laura, my family is from Oklahoma. I went to school in Del City, Oklahoma many years ago. And my father was stationed on Tinker Air Force Base.
Many.
Hey, I'm not that old, little one. Friends in here.
Not good. I'm playing Happy
You're playing a game on your phone?
Yeah, I went on this game for
Oh, okay. Corinne's playing games on her phone. She just finished her homeschool stuff, so she is chilling like a villain.
Mom, do not make it.
I love, but you know what? That reference was long before they even sang that song on Descendants. I'm just saying. I'm going to make this one a little bit wider. I'm going to put this on a C on the punch board. And then this is my last one for this little album. If you have people who are asking you for like brag books or something of that nature, this is a perfect project, right? You can just whip them up something real quick. Someone's always asking me to make them something. Now, I have all my little tags. Notice that they all look a little bit different. Again, yours can be as narrow or as wide as you want them to be because this is your mini album. You do you, boo. Loving the patterns, loving the different sizes. I think this adds a lot of interest to the project. That's step number 1. Let's see, memory keeper boards always seem so intimidating. Thanks for the tutorial. Absolutely. I have a bunch of these, and I have been planning to do a series, which I am going to do. I just haven't had the time to. But I am going to do a series on the punch boards that I own and do some tutorials and some projects with that. So look for that to come. I'm hoping to do that sooner than later, like as in next month, because I keep putting it off. Alrighty, so We Are Memory Keepers tag punch board. I'll make sure to post a link to this in the description once we're done for today. So look for that. Got all my wonderful tags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I got 12 tags here that I'm going to turn into a mini. Now, I want to make some enforcers for these. So I want, here we go. This is where I'm going to do my solid cardstock. Since I have pattern going already, I'm going to go ahead and create some enforcers using these double-sided solids. If you're just joining me, I'm using a Felicity Jane kit from July. It's called Amanda, and I'll put a link to that as well. So I'm just going to I cut both of these papers at the same time because we're cutting into papers, baby. We're not saving anything. We're cutting it and using it. So this other tool that I'm going to use is the We Are Memory Keepers punch enforcer or reinforcer tool. Very simple to use. Just put your paper in here, punch it, and it'll punch the little enforcer for you. Now, here's what I learned. If you're, hey Elma, hello guys, welcome, everyone who just joined us. So, if you purchase this tool, and say you're using it and you're wondering why it's not punching the little enforcer bit, all you do, and I learned this during another live stream that I did, or somebody in the Victoria Marie Facebook group mentioned this, so whoever that was, thank you so much. All you do is you take this top portion and you open it up, and this is where all the little bits of extra pattern paper are stored. So when you punch the hole, it's going to punch that middle section out. That middle section will land in here. If you don't clean that out, it's going to gunk up a little bit your punch, and it's going to prevent you from actually being able to make a clean cut. And I did not know that it did this. Did not know that it did this. So all you have to do is just pull it up and then pop it right back in there whenever you're done. Okay, and then you're able to punch away, and you should be able to get a clean punch. All right, so I'm going to punch out the little enforcer, and it comes out looking like that once you punch it. Now, the cool thing about this tool, like with other tools too, is you can use these little punches for other projects. So if you want to do something like unique little circle embellishments or whatnot, you can use it for this as well and create something really unique. The only thing I don't like about this, and it could be that I just need to season the vise, is sometimes the paper gets stuck. And so you have to sort of work it out of the punch mechanism, the metal punch mechanism, because it gets stuck sometimes. Okay. So I am going to do 6 of the rose-colored ones. Wouldn't that be cool if you punched out a whole bunch of these and used them as an embellishment of some sort on a card or scrapbook layout? I've seen a couple people do that type of thing. The only thing I don't like about this tool is that you can't always see where on your paper that you're punching. But it's pretty handy, practical tool to have if you like making tags or if you want to use it for, another purpose. Great way to also use up your scraps. Okay, so I think I have 6 of those. And then, let me get this out of the tool here. Let's do the green. Doesn't matter which side, clearly. I can use both sides. And that just pops right on out. I love this tool. I use it all the time. I use my tools a lot, right? If we're going to invest in them, then we might as well use them. Let's get this out here. It's getting stuck. There we go. There's that one. I like that it just pops right on out. If you don't have a tool like this, and say you have an electronic die cutting machine, and you can find a cut file and cut a bunch of tags. If you have a manual die cutting machine like a Sizzix or a Vagabond or something like that, or a We Are Memory Keepers Revolution die cutting machine, and you have a tag die, then that works for this as well. And if you're going to get dies for your manual die cutting machine, I recommend getting the layered dies for like your tags and other shapes. So that way you can do multiple shapes. Let me do one more. There we go. Okay. So, put that to the side. Let's grab some liquid adhesive. I'm going to use some Tombow Mono. And now I'm just going to coordinate the solid colors for the tags that I'm using. I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid adhesive on those reinforcers. Having tools like this make projects like this much, much easier. So there we go. We have the reinforcer. Now, I probably want to put something on the back, which means I'm more than likely going to need to make some more of these little reinforcers. And that's okay. We can do that real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and get the ones completed. And I'm just going to, coordinate, mix and match the reinforcers. Also at this stage, as you're putting on the little reinforcers, you might want to consider doing some other things to your tags before you start embellishing them. So in Paige's video, which this project is inspired by, she sewed on the edges of her mini album, or her little tags that she made. And I would do the same, except my sewing machine is on the fritz. But you could also hand sew if you have the time to do it. You can do some faux stitching as well if you have like a stitch border. Not stitch border. If you have some embroidery floss or something like that and you want to hand stitch, you can do those types of things to add a little bit more texture to your tags. So that's always, always an option to add a little bit more. Other things you can consider doing before you start embellishing or while you go to the embellishment process, if you want to do some heat embossing, or if you want to run these through an embossing folder to add a little bit of texture to them, you can do that as well. So, the sky's the limit when it comes to these types of projects. Sometimes I'll sit here and I'll look around my craft room and I'll be like, what tool or technique can I use to really elevate the project that I'm working on? My goal today is to use a lot of the embellishments that come with this kit because I have a lot of summer-themed product, and I think I have some more summer-themed product that's coming my way for various contract projects. So I'm trying to use this stuff in a way that I know will be utilitarian, like creating mini album. So I'm thinking for this album, I'll probably put photos of just our random things that we've done this summer because, again, we didn't travel because of COVID. We had a plan to either do a road trip somewhere. We thought we would go to Hot Springs. That did not pan out because the COVID numbers in that area started to increase. And so, we're here at home, and we've had to be creative with how we use our time and think about where it is that we've been wanting, or where we go throughout our community that's safe, where we can be safe. So, for instance, we went to the Kimball Art Museum in downtown Fort Worth, which is one of our favorite museums. We have a membership there. And we usually go to the Kimball quite a lot for just entertainment and also for homeschool purposes. And so we did venture out. The museum is now open, and some other museums in our area are now open, which is great. So we were able to go at a time where we could really socially distance, and they have all the safety protocols in place. Okay, so I have the reinforcers for these. I need to punch some more because I didn't realize, I wasn't thinking, that I wanted to have enforcers on both the front and the back of the tags. So there we go. I also forgot that I had these as well, the pocket cards. So I might cut a couple of these down to use here in just a second. All right, back to the little reinforcer. Let's go ahead and just do a few more of these. Come on out. Whoop, there he goes. He was running away. This is a project, I kid you not. You could sit here and make this project in just a couple of hours or so. Whoops, there goes all those little dots. You can put on your favorite show. Make yourself a little mini album. It doesn't have to be complicated. I do recommend, however, that maybe when you're making this type of project, initially when I start learning how to use or make mini albums, I would take all the product. Like I'd get every single product that I could. And I would be overwhelmed by the amount of product that I have. And it would make making the mini album more complicated because I had too much choice. So if you can limit what you use, then it makes it a lot easier to make the mini album project. And I think that's why some people are a little bit intimidated by doing projects like this. Because we think that particularly if you're watching YouTube videos of people making mini albums, some of them are really, really souped up. And I know when I first started scrapbooking, I thought that that's how all of my mini album projects need to be, and they don't. Alrighty. Let's get this going. A few more of these, and then this part will be done. I'm loving the way this comes out. This is also a great way to use some of those kits that we have hanging around, right? I know some people mentioned for the Victoria Marie virtual crop that they're digging through their kits that they have hanging around, those unused kits, right? You can do projects like this with your unused kits or collections. Some of you don't subscribe to kits, but your selections. Aubrey has joined us. If you aren't familiar with Aubrey, she's my better half.
Oh, man.
She's our sci-fi guru. Well, I shouldn't say guru. That's not a proper term. She's our sci-fi expert. A favorite show like Star Trek? Yes, you can scrapbook your favorite your show like Star Trek, sweetie. You absolutely can.
Go away.
Wow, just cleared my reinforcer punch. It was full. Thanks for the tip. Absolutely. I didn't know that either. And I'm up here trying to punch these little enforcers, and I'm like, why isn't this working? And I thought, well, maybe I need to get a new tool, and that would really suck if I had to get a new tool. And then someone's like, hey, Victoria, you know that little part that you press down on? Yeah, lift that up. It has all those little dots there, right? All those little extra bits of paper. Lift it up, clean it out, you should be good to go. So that was the best tip. Now, the cool thing about it is when you do lift it up and all the little dots clear out, you can then use these little dots to create some kind of cool design or something on a card or a tag, right? You know, waste not, want not there. Bree wants to know, why don't I ever do Star Trek layouts?
We don't like you.
Your daughter said, Aubrey, that's because we don't like you.
Go away.
And she says, go away. Okay, so I think some people are wanting, you know what, Aubrey, maybe you can come on here live one day and you can do a Star Trek layout. She has made me a couple of layouts over the years. She's a beginner. Mary says, how about a TARDIS? Bree would be down with that for sure. Anybody else here sci-fi fans? Aubrey says, howdy, y'all. Let me know in the comments section if you're a sci-fi fan. Bree will have someone to commiserate with. I'm more of a fantasy fan myself. Tell me what you geek out about if you are a sci-fi fan, or if you're a fantasy fan. I'm definitely Harry Potter all the way, fantasy fan. So is Corinne. Speaking of, the boy that lived, his birthday's today.
Yay!
So hello, all wizards. I got my Harry Potter shirt on today.
I like mine on, but
Yeah, you're already dressed for the day, huh, Corinne?
I might change.
Yeah, you might.
We're gonna make it a business, like fun commentary from Corinne.
Yeah. Alrighty, almost finished with these. Let me know in the comment section if you are a sci-fi fantasy fan. Books, movies. Do you totally geek out? Do you go to like the different conventions and stuff? Star Trek, Harry Potter. I'm not a fan, but my kids are. So the things I do for them, Melanie, I can feel you on that. Fantasy, says AJ. Jessica says Star Wars, Trek, Potter, Doctor Who, Firefly. Yeah, we got a lot of folks here that are sci-fi fantasy. Ooh, maybe we need to do something related to that. Like, maybe we should have a virtual crop for the sci-fi folks.
Oh my god.
Sci-fi fantasy people. I've been wanting to make a Harry Potter themed scrapbook page to talk about how I came to really love Harry Potter. I read it for the first time ever about 3 or 4 years ago, and it was a series that I had been wanting to read for a long time. It came out when I was in high school, and it wasn't on my purview. At that time, I was reading, like, I was really into, like, self-help motivation type stuff because I was super serious as a high schooler. But anyway, I was wanting to read Harry Potter to see what the craze was, and I remember the craze, like people going to the bookstore when the books were getting ready to launch and all the pandemonium around it, and how it really got kids to read, and the stories are just so intelligently written. I just absolutely love it. Got lots of Harry Potter, lots of sci-fi. Sci-fi scrapbooking would be my whole world, says Jessica. Okay, guys, I'm going to put that on the list of a virtual crop. Star Wars, Marvel, yes, Marvel, definitely. Potter crop. We could pick houses. Patricia, that is an amazing idea. Okay, guys, I'm going to put that on the list for our future virtual retreats. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. Yes. Star Wars, Marvel, Harry Potter crop. Definitely. Oh my god, that is an awesome idea. You know what? In the absence of being able to get together in person, or we can definitely do this virtual thing and have a lot of fun. I love it. We're going to do it. We're going to totally do it. It's going to be awesome. We're going to do it. Read Harry Potter in high school. Brother had the books. Been secretly obsessed ever since. Laura, no more shall we be secretly obsessed. Let's proclaim our love for Harry Potter. Out loud and proud. Yes, I'm here for that crop. Awesome, Sarah. Awesome. We're going to get it going. We're going to have it. The next 4 virtual crops are going to be, I've got a fall, which is called fall, y'all. There's going to be a Halloween, And there's going to be one in November as we get prepped for holiday scrapbooking. And then I'm going to do a Christmas party one for December. And there won't be another one until February 2021. So I will put the sci-fi Harry Potter themed type virtual retreats on the schedule. It's definitely going to happen. It's going to happen. Oh my God. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Speaking of, when we're talking about fantasy and stuff, are there any Disney fans out there?
Yes. Yes.
Shall we do a Disney themed one too? I think we should, because we had a plan of we were going to go to Disney World for Christmas this year, but we're not going to. We're rescheduling our trip. And I need anything to keep me in that Disney bubble as much as possible. So let me know if you're a Disney fan. Patricia, I'm looking forward to the rest of the year as well. I just jumped right into this virtual crop situation. I'm like, I don't even know if this will work, but it is. Yeah, Jen, it could be part of October. Absolutely. No, I hate Disney. Patricia, you're crazy. Disney, yes. Disney fans, chime in, Disney fans. Shall we do a Disney one?
Yes.
Absolutely. And I think I could probably get some of my, maybe perhaps I can see if we can get some sponsorship from Simple Stories, Ellie Studio, and some others, maybe to sponsor some Disney related prizes and stuff like that. So we'll see if we can get that popping off. Disney, yes, Carrie, I have a ton of Disney stash too. It's insane. Hey, Corinne, by the way, I have you guys set up for your Zoom, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
So you just have to log in.
Thank you.
And they already know too.
Great.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to stop and parent for a second.
Ah!
Never been to Disney. Someday. Oh, Laura, it's amazing. You know, some people think that Disney is a one and done trip. And honestly, I already knew we were going to go back the moment I booked the trip. So, Disneyland Paris, yes, that's on our bucket list. We want to do Paris, we want to do Tokyo, we want to do Disney cruises. Yeah, I've been to Disneyland in Anaheim, and we've been to Disney World in Orlando. Yeah, we're hoping to go next year too. We're going to reschedule or rebook our trip for somewhere between September and December of next year. We're so excited to go. Whole Calyx Cube of Disney stuff, yeah. Yep, I have a lot too. Alrighty. Okay, so those things, the fantasy, the Harry Potter, sci-fi, all that stuff, we're going to put that on the list. And then we're going to put Disney on the list. If you think of any other themes of virtual crops that you want, let me know. We're just going to get this thing going. We're going to have a lot of fun. Okay, so what I want to do next, go ahead and keep popping in your suggestions there, and I'll make sure when I'm reviewing the comments that I'll make the notes. Okay, so I have all of my tags, and what I want to do is I want to decorate the fronts and leave the backs of them open so that I can do journaling and add photos. So I have all these beautiful patterns, different sizes, really simple to put all of this together. Doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, you could just put on a show or put on some music, a podcast, grab yourself a snack, and get your little tag minis together. So what I'm going to do is use these embellishments and just start layering, right? It doesn't even have to be super complicated. And I'm not really thinking too hard about it. I'm just going to start layering and seeing how much of this I can use up. What makes sense. I'm just adding some labels there. I'm just looking at some possible arrangements of things and such. Let's put a little, let's put that there. Why not? Why not? There's no rhyme or reason for this. I'm just picking out some stuff and just going with it. Yours can be probably a little bit more planned than what I'm doing here, but I don't want to think too hard. And my goal is I want to use up as much of this as I possibly can. I think there are some letters that spell out summer. So I think what I want to do is use that on a card like this. So that'll get that used up. Whoops. I'm so excited for these themed crops, guys. Like I'm ready to do it.
I may be there.
Corinne says she may be there. Corinne is actually going to be participating with me in a video hop with some other creators and their kids in August or September. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. Trying to figure out. I'm going to use the little chipboards. And I didn't have any of this planned. I'm just sort of laying them out. And I like to have them all laid out like this whenever I'm doing something. Where's that little camper truck thing? Ah, here he is. So cute. Let's stick that here. So I'm just laying some stuff out with the goal of using as much of this as I possibly can. Because why not, right? Why not? There is no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just having fun. Let's put this there, and how about that there, maybe? Now, this is also, if you're not working with a collection, say maybe you're working with your stash, this is a great opportunity to use up those stash items that you may have floating around. Let's see, let's put this here. Maybe. Here we go. Little cat tie. Let's put him somewhere. How about we put him here? No. How about we put him... Maybe we can build something out there. Ooh, let's put him here. We'll put him here on this card for now. And let's see. Figuring out where I want to put some of these embellishments. But we stick him right, oops. Or, this one doesn't have anything, let's put something here. Because why not, right? And feel free to edit down a little bit too if there's something on your card that you don't like. Let's put that one here. You can completely edit down. Oh, I love these little glasses. Those are super cute. Maybe I'll put that there. And maybe that will go here. Already starting to use these up. And then I can add as much or as little to these as I want. Let's see. I'm loving this already. I just love this. Love it, love it. I like it when I can just use up my stuff. Let's add some more on here. Because why not? If I want to come in, add some stamping, I can do that. We haven't added anything to this card and this card yet. I can do some stitching. Okay. I kind of like that bow there. Maybe we can do something with these in some way. We'll see. How about... How about we do... I wanted to use... I hardly ever use these little girls here. How about this little heart? Maybe. Okay. I used a good amount of these embellishments. I am really happy with myself on that one. Maybe we can do a little something like that. I don't know what we can do there. So I used up a good amount of those elements, and I still have just some left over on this little mini album. And of course I have the pocket cards left over if I want to add to that. And then I have my stamps and such that I can add, and my little puffies to this as well. So we'll see where we're going to go with this. So let me go ahead and start committing to this. Let's grab some foam, right? Great way to use up all those scrap materials, those kits and collections that we have hanging out and about. Why not? And I'll show you how I'm going to put all this together here in just a second. I'm going to bring over those little triangles too, right, that we have sort of left over from when we cut the tags. So those can go. Yeah, okay, let's put some of this together. I'm going to slide these out the way for just a second so I have a little bit of space to work here. This is going to be cute, guys. This is going to be really, really cute. Cool. Pull 6x6 paper pad, several sheets, cut tags by hand. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Don't have many pictures here. Me neither. Ooh, a book club themed one. That is a fantastic idea. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll definitely do a book one. I don't even know why to think about that because I love books. Books, books, books. The girls are my favorite ones to use too. Alrighty, here we go. Where did my other little adhesive go? Oh, here we go. It's literally right in my face. I know.
Find your adhesive.
I know.
Let's look at that, people.
Okay, so we're making this tag mini. God, I really love the satisfaction of using up my stuff because, you know, I got another kit that's on its way. So, you know, I do not have a shortage of things to use. I like the abundance of having crafty supplies. If I'm going to have anything in my house, if I'm going to have a lot of something, it'll be my crafty supplies. And coffee and books. Don't apologize for those things. You too, little one. All right, adding these embellishments. You can layer an embellish as much as you want or as little as you want. That's completely up to you because this is your project. Let's add a little bit of blue to this. Maybe? Or do I want it like in here, the center? No, I don't want it there. I don't think I like that. I thought that would work, but I don't think I like that. Okay, so there's one. Let's pop this one up using some foam. Is that going to be... I'm going to try to use up as much foam as I can. Let's see here. Whoops. Put that here. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope this is giving you some ideas and ways that you can stretch your collections and your kits, making albums and such. Making tags, get those birthday tags done, those holiday tags. If you have a bunch of Christmas stash or holiday related stash, now is the time, right? Make those gift tags. Have them. Why go buy some when you can make them? And then you can start, you know, having them ready for when you start wrapping gifts or whatever holiday that you may, or maybe it's just birthday, you know, it could be for a variety of different things. Or maybe you make some tags to have on hand for when you're doing your scrapbooking projects. I've been talking to a lot of people lately who have returned to scrapbooking, or people who have not felt inspired. And I think that projects like this help us to sort of exercise that creative muscle just a little bit. And it doesn't have to be anything perfect, and it doesn't have to be anything that you finish or that you give away. It could just be an exercise in working with product, doing something that doesn't involve a screen, just for the sake of having fun, right? Just enjoying the process. It doesn't always have to be an end game when we're creating stuff. All right, so I'm gonna put this little banner here. There we go. And then this cute little station wagon. Oh my god, how cute is that? So cute. Love it, love it. That's a little chipboard piece. I don't have to pop him up because he already has a little bit of dimension. There we go. We didn't take a road trip, but, you know, I'm going to stick it on here anyway. Maybe we'll do something local. A little local road trip. Drive in a couple hours, come home in a couple hours type thing. Who knows? Okay, I'm going to trim that little tag, or the banner rather. There we go. So there's that one. Cute. Set that to the side. Here's another one. It has this little, looks like one of those, what do you call them? They're not a loom. That's not what you call it. But people are like, they sew them or something like that, and you can hang them from like your wall or whatever. I forget what it's called. It's not a loom. That's not what I'm thinking about. It's called something and I forget. Anyway, that's what this little die cut is. I'm going to put a little chipboard star there as well. Just so good. And then this little label that says today. I'm going to stick her right there. Okay. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. And then I'm going to add another little star, I think. And then try not to make it too crowded. There we go. This one's just going to be super simple. I'm going to use this little chipboard bow. I'm going to stick that here. That also gives me some opportunity if I want to stamp or something, I can do that too. This one says Happy Camper, which no camping for us this year. Although we're not campers. We're more into glamping. So there's that. Maybe some stamping that'll go on that later. I don't know. Not all of them have to be souped up. We're definitely glampers for sure. Give us the cabin. Give us the massage therapy. The guided hikes. That's totally us. You know what? Let me grab some twine. Let's add some fibers to this too, since I can't sew on it with my sewing machine. And I don't really have the patience right now to hand stitch all of these tags. Let's add a little bit more fiber to this in some way. So I'm just going to use some twine. This is from American Crafts. And I'm just going to have that hanging off. I like things sticking out and jetting out from the sides of my minis. Something stamped might go there. We've got this heart chipboard and this flower that I want to sort of tuck a little bit here. Let's see how we want that to be. That chipboard piece may not go there. That might be a little bit too much. So let's add some foam to the flower. Love me some foam. Y'all all know that. There we go. Love that. Might use this little chipboard piece someplace else. So here's that tag. This one that says summer. Now, I could pop up these letters all on foam, but I actually am not going to. I'm just going to adhere them flat to the tag. Whoops. And normally I wouldn't with these little chipboard letters, or die cut letters. Sometimes I forget to use them, and then they stay in that die cut pack for a long time. So I'm glad that I am using this. Using as much of this as I possibly can. I like empty packages, because then that means I can just go and get some more stuff. Just got back, doorbell, phone. Definitely glamping. Oh yes. Yes, yes, yes. Macrame. Thank you guys. Macrame. That's what it is. I don't know why I was thinking loom. I knew that's exactly what it was not. Macrame. Thank you. Lord Jesus. I could not remember. And it's regained some popularity recently. Particularly in lifestyle and home. DIY stuff, the macrame. I could not think of the name. Thank you guys. Good job, team. Okay. We only got a few more to go, and then we're going to pop this puppy together. If you are registered for the Victoria Marie online crop for this weekend, and if you just registered today, when I get off of here, within a few minutes, you're going to be receiving an email to get you into the group. So don't worry, we're going to take care of you. Just want to make sure that I mention that. So make sure you check your email, because that's going to be coming within the next hour or so, once I get finished with the live. This is going to be a busy weekend here at Victoria Marie Designs. Got a lot of things going on. Okay, so there's that one. What if I did a little doodly-doo with the puppies? That's a technical term. There we go. Yes, doodly-doo. Doodly-doo. And scroodly-doo. That little ice cream is super cute. I'm going to move that up to the top. Why not? And I'm going to cut off the edge. I want that going off the edge. Got that little label that says Chapter 7.
What chapter? What
and what book? Maybe if I scrapbooked about reading, I can use this tag to talk about the books I'm reading this summer. I'm behind in my reading this summer. I had 3 books that I was trying to get through the past couple of months, and I haven't actually done that. But that's okay. They're not going anywhere. Using some more of that twine, just going to add a little bit of fiber there. I'm going to layer these labels just like so. Right? And I like these little glasses. I also like that. Editing as I go. There we go. So there's that. Leaving the backs open for photos and such. This one I thought maybe I could use some twine and how would I do that? what I'm trying to do is make it to where these are hanging off like a piece of twine. This might be totally wrong, but I'm going to try it anyway.
There's nothing wrong with crafting.
That is true, Corinne. There is nothing wrong about crafting. You are absolutely right.
It's actually like playing with a brag and embellishment with a photograph pad of paper, and this is wrong. This is wrong.
Corinne's judging my crafting skills.
It's a fashion rule like scrapbooking. Never wear flower photographs.
Yeah.
Thank you, Barbie.
Thank you, Barbie.
So what do you get out of what you made with
I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's see. I saw one of my Scrappy buddies do this on her YouTube video, but I don't remember how she did it, so I'm just spitballing right now. What I'm trying to achieve here is sort of this little dangle charm look with some twine and these little labels. And I'm doing it the way that I think I remember my friend doing it, but, you know, we'll see. You never know until you try. Oops. Or I could totally be messing it up. Who knows? It's a gamble. Okay, we're going to make this work. Okay, so I think I may have done it. No, I didn't do it right.
Oh, no.
That's okay, though. That's okay, because we're just going to roll with it. So I was trying to make like a little charm thing so that it hangs off, or that it looks like it's hanging off, but maybe I've achieved it, maybe I haven't. I don't know. We're just going to roll with it, because at the end of the day, I'm just having fun, and I will make it do what it do, baby. Okay, so maybe this did work out. Sometimes you just don't know until you kind of play with it and see. Oh, okay, I think I may have done it inadvertently. So I was trying to make a charm that will dangle off this label, and I think I may have done it. But not in the way that my friend did it. It seemed to come together a little bit easier for her. But I somehow finagled it a little bit. It's just going to work. I'm going to take some of this washi tape and secure this in the back. And then maybe I cover it with something. I could probably also tie it in some way. I'm just not seeing how I can do that right now. But I will cover that in some way later. Sometimes it doesn't always come to me. Okay, so here's the little dangle charm. Okay. And then I'm going to put like I thought I would use this little lemon in some way, but it seems like super big. So let's do Puffy. I'm really into these stars right now. Let's do a Puffy star. There we go. The little dangly bits right there. That'll work. I wasn't quite sure where I was going with that, folks. But Victoria in the rough is what you got to see. So there we go. Why not? On to the next adventure is what this label says. Let's do it. Do it, do it, do it. Put that there. Let's get some flowers going, just little clusters. If you like to layer, this is a great exercise in practicing your layering skills. If you guys didn't know, I love to layer. What about some little die-cut stars on the tab tags? Yeah, I use the puffies instead to add, but that is also a good idea. Okay, so here's this one. Love this. Very nice. Nice large tag. I'm going to stick that right here towards the lower third. Then we've got a flower and an ampersand. Mm-hmm. Oop, there's a little sticky adhesive there. Okay, I think I'm going to put this here. Loving the tags, yay! Denora says, you make things look so easy. Oh, thank you. You fake it till you make it, baby. You fake it till you make it. Okay, here's some more puppy adhesive. Dimensional adhesive. I'm just going to pop that right here on this flower. Of course, it's sticking to my finger now.
Cool.
This has been so much fun to make. I'm just so glad that I saw Paige's video and was reminded to make, reminded of how much I really, really love making these types of projects. I'm trying to see, do I want to put little corners here? Using some of these triangles that were left over. Yeah, that gives that a little bit more of a foundation. Why not? Using it up. I love projects where I'm using up stuff. So that means we can just get some more. Yeah, Dreamcatcher, that's what I thought too, sure. I'm excited for this weekend. I need to go buy some snacks as well.
Cheeto Puffs.
Yeah. Ooh, Cheeto Puffs, I forgot about that.
Now that we use this chip tom.
So one of our members sent me some, Risa, I don't know if she's on here or not, she's probably at work. She sent me some chip tongs, and she was using them at the Victoria Marie Scrapbook Retreat in Sacramento, and I was like, oh my god, I love those. And so we were recently talking about it, and this morning I found an Amazon package on my front porch. She had sent me some of these things. I'm going to have to show it to you guys. Because I love, love, love eating while I'm scrapbooking. All right, last tag. We've got our little girl here, and I think, well, not little girl, she's a woman. Her name is Amanda. She's our themed character this month for Felicity Jane. And I am going to pop her up. And I might also, with my alcohol markers, make her a little brown girl. Because you can do that. You can alter your little images for what you want them to be. That's a little too wide. She's kind of wearing an outfit that looks like something my daughter would wear, or what I would wear. Yeah, you would totally wear that. So I might turn her into a little brown girl. So now I'm going to put her here. And the label that says summer. I might have to move her over just a smidge. I don't hardly use these dolls whenever I get the kits, so I'm glad that I'm going to use it for this mini. And this is the last tag, folks, and we're going to put this together and call it a day. Just give this a little bit of foam, because I don't want to waste it. Now everything's sticking to me here. I'm going to stick that up there. Okay. And I'm not right away seeing where I want to do any stamping right now, but that might come later as I'm working through this album. I just have the majority of it done, and so now all I have to do is add, all I have to do is just add my photos and journaling. Okay, so I have 12 tags in this mini, all different sizes that I created using that We Are Memory Keepers punch board, which made this super simple to do. I also kept my supplies really simple by using my Felicity Jane kit from July, which is called Amanda. All of the tags, you could do something really super embellished, or you can keep it simple. Also leaving the backs open so that I can put photos and journaling on the back when I get ready to fill up this album, okay? So let's bring this album all together. I'm just going to use a simple little ring here, and I'm going to put these pages together, and I think what I want is this to go first. Just kind of putting these, alternating the sizes. There we go. That's all going to come together. I like using a kit or a collection because then I know everything coordinates. So if I'm trying to put something super quick together for somebody or for myself, I'm going to use a kit or something. And plus I got a lot of these embellishments used up, which is fantastic. I'm going to need some more of these clips. If you wanted to, you could also use like your cinch binding machine if you have something like that. Or any type of binding mechanism. If you want to tie a ribbon or something like that to put all this together, you can. And so now I have this really super cute mini and lots of space to put journaling and photos and such on the back. How cute is that, right? And we just made that in, let's see, what time is it? 3:39. We made that in roughly an hour or so, something like that. I want to go ahead and tie a little bow of some sort. This is really sturdy ribbon. I'm not quite sure what type of ribbon this is, but it's really, really, really coarse. Let's see here. I don't want to do that. And I'm going to get my fabric scissors and cut that at a little angle. Okay, using that up. And there we go. A simple little mini album. How quickly can you get this done? Like, it's not a rush. But if you want to sit down and do something for about an hour or two, then consider making a little mini album. You can use whatever you have in your stash. I recommend using a collection because it's already coordinated if you have it. So if you have some leftover kits or collections that you purchased recently and either you have used or you haven't used them, then this is a really great project that you can then put together. And this came together in about an hour, keeping the formula real simple. It doesn't have to be complicated, right? Embellish it as much or as little as you want. Sometimes I'm really in the mood to super embellish stuff, and sometimes not so much. Sometimes I just want something super simple. I love using the Felicity Jane kits because everything works so nicely together, and I have just the right amount of elements that I can use to make a little album like this, you know? And then you can think of some other things you want to do to sort of jazz it up, right? Maybe you want to stitch around the borders of your tags, pop in some 3x4 pocket cards, which I was going to do with this one, and I may still do that and make some tags out of that. You don't need a tag punch to do it. Of course, you can make your own tag using some scissors, right? But you can keep it as simple or embellish it as much as you want. But the idea here is it's nice to have sort of this variation in our scrapbooking projects, that you can do a little small project like this and it doesn't have to be full out 12x12 layouts or anything like that. You can also make tags like this to use just on their own on your scrapbook pages if you want to. I used to make them in advance. I don't do that anymore. I make them only specifically to projects. But if you want to make a whole bunch of these tags and embellish them and have them hanging around to use on a project, you absolutely can, or to put on a gift, to put on a card even. Using your traveler's notebooks, your memory planners, lots of versatile ways that you can make tags work for you for your scrapbooking projects. I like making these little mini albums because it's a project that I can get done relatively quickly, particularly when I don't have a lot of time, or if there's something I want to document that I don't want to commit a full layout to or a full album to. Like recently, we just haven't had a whole bunch of summer adventures, but I want to document that in some way. Then I can pop some pictures in here of some of our random adventures. I can resize them using my pick frame app or something like that. Or my my photo trimming tools that I can resize my photos and do that. You can make this even bigger. So if you want to create a bunch of tags that are slightly bigger than 4x6, for those of you who do not like to resize your photos, then you can do that. Just make sure that your paper, when you cut it out, that you have enough space for your photo and enough space for embellishing. And then you can, of course, create a tag design with that and just have a larger scale tag project. You can cut out, obviously, tags using your electronic die cutting machines. There's tons of cut files out there for tags. If you have a manual die cutting machine and you have tag dies, that's another option that you can create a tag mini album, and it can be small like this with various sizes, or it can be larger. All the tags can vary in size, or they can be the same size. I really like the different sizes. I like having that element of surprise and something different whenever I'm going through a little mini album. Now, the way that I like to store these, and I don't have it out right now because they're still boxed up. A lot of my albums are still boxed up from when we moved in this house almost 2 years ago. I like to get a cute little basket, and if it's seasonal albums like Christmas or summer, then I'll put a few of those in a little basket and I'll set them out in my living room or someplace where I like looking at my albums. I don't really care about anybody else looking at them, but if I do have guests or something over, then it's there and it's available for people to look through these albums. Plus, I just like having it sitting out, and I love peeking through them and reading about our adventures and things like that. So definitely display them, whether for yourself or for others to enjoy. And then I put them away, or I put them back in my craft room, and I kind of rotate them, putting them in my living room. So that's, if you're thinking about, well, what am I going to do with this album when I'm done with it? Well, if you're not going to use it, give it to a friend, or let it hang out in your craft space or your living room or wherever it is that you dwell, and look at them, right? Look at them frequently, and you can enjoy them. So there's that little mini album. Came together in about an hour and a half. I'm going to go to the comments real quickly. If you were looking for a project to do this weekend, then why not? Now, if you go to the Paige Evans YouTube channel, she also, this is where I got this inspiration to kind of dig back into making these types of things, because I haven't made it in a while. But she does a mini album similar to this using the We Are Memory Keepers punch board. And she has, of course, she does beautiful layering and embellishing. And she uses her latest collection to create a mini album. And she does a ton of mini albums. So if you're looking for mini album inspiration, that's one source. And I hope to continue to do more mini albums for sure. All right, Mary, can you do crops on some platform besides Facebook? Yes, we are. In fact, the crops are going to be moving to a different platform starting in, the next one's going to be September, and I'll announce the dates and everything, but we won't be having them on Facebook. I just had it on Facebook this first time just to test it out to see if there would be any interest in the virtual crop. And there was a lot of interest. So we're going to end up moving it. Plus, from an operational standpoint, it's a lot easier to house it on a different platform than it is Facebook. Let's see. We did say we're going to add a book club theme, scrapbook, online crop too. So look out for that. Lots of great ideas, guys. Thanks so much for that. We're definitely going to do a sci-fi and a fantasy one, a Disney one. Oh my gosh, Victoria. The girls are my favorite. Yes. Let's see. We decided that little embellishment's called a dream catcher for sure. Or a macrame is what it was. Macrame dream catcher, maybe that's what that is. Love how you can quickly get it done. It would take me so much longer. Jen, I think the secret to doing a project like this is to keep your materials simple and limited, so you don't have to make a ton of choice or make a ton of decisions when you're putting it together. And if you can use a collection, everything's coordinated together, and just use some simple running themes throughout your album, it makes it a lot easier to put these projects together. I really think that's why people avoid doing mini albums, because when I started doing mini albums years ago, I used to make like the bigger ones where you'd make your cover and your binding and all of that. I would get intimidated by the amount of work that goes into making such an elaborate mini album. And then I start following other creatives who were doing more simplified projects like this, and then I was hooked. I was making them all the time as gifts and things like that, mainly for gifts. Such a creative idea, thanks. I've been planning to make something like this for the November Gratitude Project. I think I saw Tracy Reed make one. Yes, she did, absolutely. And I think she has that on her YouTube channel, I believe, Tracy Reed, I believe. And she also, by the way, if you're not familiar with Tracy Reed, she creates digital products. So if you are a digital scrapbooker, or you like doing hybrid, or you like, cutting things out from your electronic die cutting machine or fussy cutting, she has really, really great digital collections. Awesome. So cute. I'm so glad you guys like that. Cool. Okay, I think I went through all of the, just trying to see if there's any more questions. Okay, so I had fun making this project. I've been wanting to do something like this for several weeks, and I actually haven't had time to just sit down and play with product and whatnot. Yes, you can make them for gifts as well. Absolutely, Trish. This is such a versatile little project to make, and it doesn't take that long. So my tips, just to review for this, is to use a collection or a kit that already has coordinating items in it. And if you can pull from your stash, absolutely pull from your stash to make this. You can make them as big or as small as you want to, and all of the tags can be the same size or they can be different sizes like this one. And you want to maybe limit yourself to the amount of product that you have to use for this particular project. That way you're not overwhelmed by making decisions. You can just go ahead and create. This is a fantastic exercise to do if you are at a loss for what you want to make creatively. If you're jumping back into scrapbooking or creating, this is another fantastic project to kind of get the muscles and the juices and all that good stuff flowing. And if you don't want to keep the little mini album for yourself, you can always gift it and give it to somebody. Maybe fill it with some pictures of a friend or send it to a parent, or, you know, as a thank you to somebody. Lots of different things that you can do with these tag albums. All right, real quickly, if you're interested in joining me for the Victoria Marie virtual crop this weekend, it's the first ever one, and apparently we've planned like 10,000 other ones too during this live. But make sure you check out that information. The link to the Victoria Marie blog is in the description, and you'll see a post where you can learn more information about the online crop, and you can register. Tonight is the last night that you can register for this particular crop. The registration link will close at 5:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're interested in that and hanging out with me, come do it. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have challenges. We're going to do Facebook Lives. There's going to be a Zoom or two as well. So make sure you come and hang out with us for that. And here comes our creative coordinator. Whoops. Yeah, you're going to have to bend down because I don't think they can see you.
Hi.
So make sure that you come and join us for that. There are going to be more virtual crops to come up. I'm going to be announcing the remaining crops that will be coming up for 2020 going into fall and the holidays. So I hope you guys will come and join us. It's only $8 to join. I think this is a perfect option for those of you who can't get out to go to your normal crops and retreats, or maybe costs were prohibited going. You know, $8, that's like 2 drinks at Starbucks. So you want to come and hang out and get some creative inspiration. We're going to have challenges and prizes and dancing and all those good things to come. So I'm really super excited about hanging out with you guys, as always. This crazy nut job here. For those of you who have already registered, and if you registered between yesterday and today, hang tight. You're going to be getting an email here within the next hour or so that's going to get you the link to the private Facebook group. You do have to have a Facebook account, clearly, at least for this one. The other ones, it's going to be a totally different step, and I'll make sure to post all kinds of information about that. But give me about an hour or so. I'm going to pull my roster again. I'll be pulling my roster all throughout the day so that I can get people into the group and get you the information that you need for, for this event. Crazy girl.
Nobody likes you.
Crazy girl. So hang tight. I'm going to get that for you guys, so you can go ahead and get into the group. We're going to have a happy hour starting at 5 o'clock. That's just a little bonus content. You actually don't have to attend anything today. The happy hour content's going to be there. I'm going to be posting a challenge and a giveaway. We have American Crafts, We Are Memory Keepers, sponsoring some of the giveaway items. We also have a member who is sponsoring a $25 gift card to scrapbook.com. Another member who's owner of Rock Your Notebook, who's going to be sponsoring some traveler's notebooks, handmade traveler's notebooks that she hand sews. A good friend of mine, Beth, I don't know if you're on or not, but she's also a sponsor. And then we also have Catherine Puller Designs that's going to be sponsoring a gift card as well this weekend. So you guys don't want to miss out on that. So come join me. $8 gets you in. Details on the Victoria Marie blog. I will leave a link to the materials that I used today with Felicity Jane. So if you're interested, definitely check that out. And with that, folks, I will see you next Friday at 2 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to keep up with what's going on with Victoria Marie Designs, consider subscribing to my newsletter. The link is posted down below. And also, if you want some exclusive content you can't get on any Victoria Marie platform, consider becoming a Victoria Marie patron. Memberships start at $5 a month, and that gets you access to exclusive sketches. We also have mini classes twice a month in the Patreon community. I also have other exclusive process videos that are formatted a little bit differently than what I offer here on YouTube. So if you want that, make sure you check out that link down below. More content coming to the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. I will see you guys next Friday. For those of you who are joining me this weekend on the crop, I will see you in the Facebook group. Until then, have a fantastic weekend, guys. I will see you next week. And always, always on my socials.
Bye.
Bye-bye.